Ron Howard's been part of the Hollywood scene for 50 years. He rose to fame in the 1960s as Opie Taylor on The Andy Griffith Show, and later as Richie Cunningham on Happy Days. He is now an Oscar-winning director, and he joins us to talk about his new movie, Frost Nixon. Ron, it's good to see you.
Morning, good to see you too.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I have to say, though, I saw this play, Frank Langella as Nixon, absolutely amazing performance, and I thought the worst idea I'd ever heard was you were going to make this into a movie.
Well, thanks for the confidence.
Impossible to take this jewel from the stage and then make it into something that would work on the big screen. And I have to confess, you really did it.
Well, thank you. It was a challenge, sure, but you know, a really exciting one. And you know, among all the cinematic aspects and opening it up and developing the story further and all those things that were fun for me as a director, working with the actors is probably the most exciting thing. And a great cast. Michael Sheen, spectacular as Frost, but Frank Langella and what he does in creating Richard Nixon is probably kind of the single most challenging thing I've ever seen an actor tackle.
Yeah. He really does. He's not doing an imitation of him per se.
And there's no part of Frank Langella's personality that has anything to do with Richard Nixon whatsoever. So he's not only making us believe and understand and relate to somebody who we think we kind of know, but it also has nothing to do with his personality. It's complete immersion.
Nixon takes up so much space in our national psyche.
Yes, he does.
And as I sat there watching this film last night, I was riding the roller coaster of all of the emotions of him. You voted for him in 1972?
I did. It was my first opportunity to vote. He had been the president that sort of made it possible for people under 21 to vote, and I went back and forth and ultimately decided to vote for the incumbent, which I think made the fall from grace even all the more devastating for me in a lot of ways.
What was the story you wanted to tell, the most important story in this movie?
Well, I think it's using the event of television in a surprising and really entertaining way to go behind the scenes and say you think you know what went on, you think you know something about what it was to be around Richard Nixon, but you just don't. And the way Peter Morgan, who wrote the play and also wrote The Queen, you know, what he did with the screenplay, it surprises every audience who ever sees it, because they just have no idea what's involved. And that's the way I felt the first time I saw it, and that's what I wanted to.
And when you pick up the newspaper 2 mornings ago and you read all this stuff about Blagojevich and this kind of corruption and this kind of...
You know, look, democracy is a fragile thing. And the other sort of big idea that I love is that whatever was motivating David Frost, a very colorful guy, very entrepreneurial, maybe he wanted the limelight, maybe he wanted the truth.
Least of all the people in the world to do this interview, Mike Wallace was supposed to do it, CBS was supposed to have it.
But he did the thing that the media needs to do, and he got at the truth. And we need it. We need it in a democracy.
There you go. Ron, great to see you.
Pleasure.
Congratulations.
Great talking to you.
Really appreciate it.